Welcome to Pull the Pin Already, place you're guaranteed to get a veteran's opinion, whether you like it or not. I am Jim, and I welcome you. And as you can tell, I am alone, and this has been a while since we've actually made a video. I am alive, and if you can't see, I'm actually growing my hair out, which is, part of this transition stuff. Well, this video is for Johnny and Christine. Really, is what this is for. I don't anticipate anybody else out there watching is really going to give a darn. But as you can tell, this has been fading away quite some time now. We tried to change directions. I'm no longer really interested in doing the bitching all the time and complaining. It's draining on me. I don't see it making any difference in the world. I'm not conquering and gathering followers to lead some sort of movement. And, I don't know. I just feel like there's not enough in it anymore. And I do have a lot to add, a lot to contribute. I do enjoy when we do it. But as I've said before, without some support around me, this just isn't my thing anymore. Maybe I'll try a different approach somewhere in the future, come back some ways. But eventually I'm just spending money on resources because we bring this for free. And that's always been my thing anyway. We never got into this to make money or fame or whatever. It's an outlet for veterans, and it's just become work now. I mean, it's become work. Obviously we don't put in a lot of work like some guys do to prepare and do all that stuff, but that was the purpose. We didn't want to make it so formal and whatnot. I still got issues to bitch about, things to talk about. I might just do a last episode complaint here, just to pull the pin on some stuff here before I go. But I'm not even saying that we're done with the show. I'm just saying, it's just not happening. And until someone comes along that's gung-ho, motivated to keep me afloat, instead of me, lifting the whole weight and dragging and spending the money, and it's just not an interest of mine anymore. It's really not. I do it for the connection with the people. I don't feel like I'm connecting. I can't get the people to come on voluntarily. It's always up to me, and that's a sign right there that this show's been not, it's been not what I want it to be. At one point we had quite a few people coming on in the beginning, obviously COVID times, but you can't get everybody that just wants to come put their crap on the internet so people can make fun of them and stuff like that. And now with AI, it's even saturated anyway. So I'll find another way to put my efforts and resources into something a little more productive. But in the meantime, I do want to thank all of you who have tuned in and watched, Johnny, Christine especially. We really appreciate you guys. I mean, outside of, Jace that's been on the show a bit, a couple other guys that showed up, the OG, Mr. James. None of this would have been possible. Even Nate, who kept it alive for a long time after Mr. James stepped away. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I'm sad to say it's got to go, but I'm not paying for a domain, website, streaming platform, all that stuff, just to sit there and watch it, go away. Maybe I'll keep it, but hosting expensive, domain hosting, and it's expensive, especially when you're not generating any revenue or getting traffic or anything like that. So I'll see what I can do. I'll do what I feel like doing, just like today. I just feel like I owed you guys an explanation. We don't even do well with communicating on social media, and I'll be 100% honest. I kind of hate social media. It's really been the death of this country. As you can see, just so many people on there are destroying everything because they're so insecure and me, look at me. And I think the internet was a good thing. Social media was probably the worst thing, I think, in my time ever. The internet was good because the exchange of ideas, I can go watch a video how to do anything nowadays, but it's became this gateway of narcissism that, like, I don't do this for the fame. Obviously I have a persona here. Obviously, I'm, whatever. It's fun to have something. And if people catch on and they like it, that's great. And if you become popular, I'd hate to sound like a hypocrite. I'm like, oh, well, but in the end, I mean, there's so many trolls and bad actors and just evil people. And when you get into the politics of it, one side likes to tell you it's the other side, but actually it's a mixture of all people. It's just so sad when you watch things, and it's depressing. It really, like, I don't want to live my life. I always said this, in law enforcement, I enjoy taking bad guys out of the system because I always look out for the little guy. I always look out for the underdog. I've always appreciated that. And that's why, even as a non-Democrat, non-liberal, I appreciate their sentiments. I just think they're out of touch with reality. So, yes, it's okay to be empathetic and compassionate about the little guy. It's okay to be, care about the privileged, whatever. Just in the end, though, I come back to a personal accountability. This show is not failing because I'm a straight white male, although we could probably start saying that now. The show's failing because I'm not putting effort into it. I'm not enthused and excited about it. I'm not waiting for an excuse, even though it sounds like I'm using an excuse that no one's showing up. But in reality, no one's showing up because of me, because I'm not putting in the effort, and there's a lot of reflecting a lot of people need to do. And I've known this, you know what I mean? Believe me, I've played the victim plenty, after my wife had passed away. It was really easy to be the victim and, being a disabled vet, all this stuff. Playing the victim's easy, but owning and accountability, that's a hard thing to do. And I do, and I'm owning this, and, it's just not taking off. I'm not putting in the effort into it. And I'm kind of tired of watching, all the bad stuff come about. And, Charlie Kirk, I think, I didn't really watch him a lot, but what happened watching Charlie Kirk, what happened? I thought, people attacking Donald Trump and, the hypocrisy was glaring. I thought that was bad. I thought our society was going the wrong way. Because, I've said to people before, like, people on the side that I align with, they say, hey, you're destroying this country. Your policies suck. You're destroying this country. You're changing it from what it, what it was, what we wanted, But then the people on the other side are, this country sucks. You are Hitler. So to me, that's the wrong mentality. And there's a lot of them. That's the scary part. There's a lot of them. And as I sit back and reflect, with Charlie Kirk and all these psychotic people going crazy because, oh, you're eliminating transgender. No, nobody's eliminating. You still exist, but these people are going crazy and they'll resort to anything, and the more I search, within myself, I'm very capable of violence. I am. I mean, the Army taught me. I've got more than enough reasons, yet somehow I have this control mechanism. I have this boundary, this border that keeps me from doing that every time someone pisses me off or says something I don't like. And believe me, there's a lot of libtards and some of these evil Democrats and, some Republicans too, I'm not gonna lie, that do that. They trigger me, and this show was fun when you're triggered and you could joke about it, laugh and get it out so that you don't have to carry it all day and then explode on somebody. And I really appreciated that. And I think a lot of people need to find that avenue, that vent, because we're all human beings and we're capable of all kinds of things, and sometimes I wish, people would wake up, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, the more I see, like, again, I don't want to get on a tangent, but, watching this Olympic stuff, cheating's been in the Olympics. Cheating's been in competition. Like, I don't care who you are. I've said this before. The morons that said, there was no cheating in the election. There was no cheating. Ever since competition existed, there's been cheating. Sometimes they're cheating in ways because there's no rule against it. So you can't really call that cheating. You call it innovation. They're finding other ways. But then you look in any sport, NASCAR, horse racing, all that. They're shaving things, cutting things, diets, throwing up. There's all these ways that people are trying to manipulate to win. Why? Because we are narcissistic. We're very selfish people, and all we really care about is ourselves. Because as I explained before, survival is our number one instinct. So that's what we do. We survive. And whatever we think we need to do to survive, whether that's be on top, be rich, have the most respect, or, kill the most people, or bring everybody else down so that I can feel good about myself. That's what we do as people. And when you all stop and realize and look in the mirror that you are that thing too. You are that thing. Now, where you are in that phase of realization or awareness, whatever you want to call it, that's up to you. That's your journey. But if you're not stopping every day, looking in the mirror, and you don't realize that the fingers you keep pointing are you, they're exactly you. Now, you may think you're altruistic, whatever, but I say to people all the time, there's a certain group of people out there who think you're a bad person, so they don't listen to anything you say, right? So you're assuming, like, a good example is like with Hitler. Of course, everyone knows the atrocities Hitler did. But if I were to ask you, well, tell me something good about Hitler. If you can't tell me something good, you are the problem. Because then you're willingly accepting that there is nothing good about this man. So if this man is evil and there's nothing good, are you good? Because if you're not all good, then there's some evil in you too. And if there's some evil in you too, then you're evil. And if you're evil, you can't have good. So the whole philosophy just doesn't work. So I'm so kind of tired of the hypocrites, the hypocrisy. So I've tried to pull myself out of social media. Now, again, as I was talking about, my little rant for the episode, which could be my final rant. I don't know, maybe not. I do enjoy this to some extent. It gets the stuff off my chest. But I'm a hockey fan. If you haven't noticed, I love hockey. The only sport I watch with any men anymore. Watching the men's and women's team win gold was amazing. The competition was awesome. I mean, there's so much skill and talent that gold game, U.S. Canada men's was. I have never seen hockey so fast paced. The first period was amazing. And I think anybody who watches hockey can realize, Canada started to get the upper hand, started to play a little bit better, but the U.S. hung on. I mean, whether it was McKinnon's missing shots or Hellebuck's awesome saves, they hung on. Anyone who's played a game in competition, that's what you do. It's a team game. You hang on. So I'm not here to talk about how amazing the game was in hockey and how they pulled through. The politics of it all, though, hockey's the one thing I love. And just sitting here realizing how these scumbags, these dirtbags, yes, and I know I'm a hypocrite now, calling these people names because they are me, the same as me, but how these people are just such trash nowadays. Like, you ruin everything. The women's hockey team refuses to go because what? Donald Trump offended you? God damn it, I'm just going to say, you're a bunch of entitled lesbians, and you just piss me off because you're representing the United States of America. And if you didn't know that going into the game, get the F off the team. Get off the team. You don't get to go play in the Olympics, representing a country that's backing you, supporting you, just to freaking trash them. Get off. First of all, nobody gave a damn about women's hockey, and it's starting to make a name, and then you go and bring in politics. Go to the freaking nation, the address, whatever, the State of the Union address. Go to it and put your little frown on like the Democrats do. Pretend you're not liking it, but you're a goddamn American representing America. I'm so sick of these people. I'm sick of it. I can't even watch my own freaking game. I can sit here all day and complain about the damn Canadians. Look, I really didn't have a problem with Canadians. And whatever Trudeau and their government did that's kind of sickening and disgusting to these people, there's probably plenty of good Canadians up there. I can't really talk bad about Canadians per se, but the ones out there putting their ass out there, and I know some, I play hockey with a couple of them, it's just, you have been riding the United States defense budget your entire freaking existence. It's like having your neighbor pay your freaking rent, and then you got all the cool toys and talking bad about your neighbor because they don't have cool toys. Scumbags, listen to you. I'm talking to specific Canadian scumbags. Boy, it's good to get all this out. I'm going to get it all out now. You can have health care because we pay for your goddamn defense. So show some freaking appreciation. Stop being whiny little bitches. I always thought hockey was a tough sport, but no, you got little crybaby. We knew who the team was, or I'm not going to the. Stop being whiny little bitches. Play the freaking game, accept the defeat, because it's happened to other teams you played against. You got no problem looking at these teams you just beat, saying, oh, well, you lost, so what? And now you lost and you're going to whine like a little bitch. That's what you are. I'm talking about specific ones, not all Canadians. You're little bitches, okay? Hockey's a man's sport. Act like it. Even the women are probably more manly than you, even though they're ridiculous. Okay, sorry if you noticed there's a little pause there. If you didn't, I had to take a break. But I don't even know where I was. I was ranting about Canadians and thankless people and all this people. Again, I don't want to be the hypocrite because I too understand that I'm selfish, I'm greedy, I'm all these things that I say people are. In fact, what the word is they say that you find in other people the things you hate about yourself that you're trying to suppress. So I get it. I just choose not to act like that, but maybe I am. Maybe I'm a hypocrite. So with that said, I'm trying to focus my life on more positive things. And unfortunately, there's less and less good people in the world, to me, in my opinion. So you're probably not going to see much of this. And I just don't financially want to support a project that's not going anywhere. So if any of you watching is interested and wants to continue this going or wants to be part of this, I am more than willing to help. I've always been willing to help other people. If you want to start your own, I can help with the back part here. I can help with the show. I can help with whatever. But in the meantime, for those of you like Chris, Johnny, I really appreciate you. You can, I guess, I still reach out to the channel. The channel will probably be there. But I don't imagine the website or anything. Because, I'm not paying the domain to store the website and all that stuff. So we'll probably keep the domain name because obviously it's mine. I want it. I own it. But I'm just babbling now. So I really appreciate you guys. Everyone who's been on the shows, everyone who's watched, liked, subscribed, shared, all that stuff. I really appreciate you guys. I hope that you'll see me some more in the future. Not that it's a privilege for you to see me. That sounds so selfish, just like exactly what I'm saying. But I hope I'll have the opportunities or the desire even to do some more of this stuff because it is actually fun, especially when you get a group of people on and we can all talk about stuff. I guess that's a testament to how many friends I really have. Nobody wants to hang out with me. Boo, woe is me. I know I sound like the Canadian hockey team, right? I'm babbling now. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks again, all you veterans. Stay strong. Don't fall victim to anything. And until then, Godspeed and pull the pin. Thanks for joining us here. Pull the pin already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin already.